Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 2 or video 2 of 7 videos on my cheap accommodation hacks. Okay, so in the first video we did go over Airbnb and kind of what you're getting with that accommodation, and now we're going to go ahead and jump into Hostel World. So Hostel World is my favorite website to find cheap hostels. Just so real quick, for all of my American viewers, hostels are not scary. I'm just going to say that. The scariest thing about hostels is the movie made about hostels. They are one of the places that I choose over anything. They are one of the safest places, I think, as well. You're going to meet fellow travelers from different countries, from all over the world, make new friends, make new connections, and overall, it's one of my favorite places as well. Okay, so when you go to Hostel World, this is what you're going to start with. It's going to have an overview of some places. What we're going to do is we're going to pretend we're going to go to Rome. So we're going to search some Rome properties. Okay. Oh, we're going to change our number of guests real quick. So we're not going to do 2. We're going to do 1 guest. And we're going to search. So that is important to make sure you have the number of guests correct. Okay, so here is going to be your filters. So we're going to go over some filters. So they only have a few. This is going to go over the price range. So if you have a certain budget that you want to stay under, then you can go ahead and do this. One thing I'm going to note for you guys, if you're staying in big cities like Rome, Barcelona, Paris, Amsterdam, London, the prices of the hostels are going to be extremely expensive, especially if you want to be near a certain site. Sometimes Airbnb will actually offer cheaper accommodation than hostels will. So then that kind of breaks it down to if you want to stay with a local or if you want to meet fellow travelers. It's just kind of your preference on what you want to do. So here's going to be the ratings. I'm going to tell you right now, with hostels, you want to focus on the ratings. I have never gone below a 7. Anything below a 7, in my opinion, it's kind of hit or miss what you're going to get. You may get a really nice place, or you may get a really dirty, gross place. So you want to pay attention to the reviews and read the first 3 reviews is usually what I do to kind of get the feel of the hostel and the stay that people have had. Okay, the next thing is going to be a type. So cool thing about Hostel World, it's not just hostels. They do bed and breakfast, hotels, apartments, and campsites. The room also goes over if you want a single room, if you want your own private area, then you can click these, or if you want more of a female dorm or a mixed dorm. So I'm going to say if you get specific, the more expensive it's going to be. So for females, if you want a female dorm, it's going to be a little bit more pricier than if you were to do a mixed dorm. Also, the number of people in the dorm is less expensive than if it's a 4-person dorm. So it's just kind of your preference. And then the facilities, we're going to take a quick look over these because with hostels, for those who have not stayed at hostels before, they are a little bit different. Typically, they are for backpackers, so they are cheaper and they have more extras in them. Okay, so if you want to make sure you have 24-hour reception, you click here. Free Wi-Fi, you want to make sure as well, because some places will charge you, especially in Europe, to use their Wi-Fi. Free internet access. What this typically means is it means that there's a computer on site that you can use, and it's for free, so you can do printing, you can do Skype and stuff like that if needed to. Self-catering facilities. What this means is that there's a kitchen on site. So how cool is that? It saves you a lot of money, especially if you're planning on staying for a while. I mean, with me, I would probably say like anything over 4 to 5 days, I would start cooking my own meals. This saves you a lot of money, especially while traveling in Europe, is to be able to access grocery stores and local produce and be able to cook your own meals. And if you're out walking around being a tourist and doing touristy stuff, it'd be nice if you had a sandwich made, so you can snack on that instead of paying money to go to get some food. Even though food is very important when you travel, so still, depending, it's all about your preference. If you want to do a nighttime dinner, so every night you go out and get dinner, it's just so you can get the taste of the culture. Luggage storage. So this right here, what this means is, let's say you either check in early, or your flight when you check out is not until, let's say you check out is at 11 o'clock and your flight is at 11 o'clock at night. So you have all day and you could be sightseeing, you can be exploring, but you have your luggage. Okay, so luggage storage is really cool. You get to store it at the hostel. So they will keep it for you while you go explore, and then you come back before you have to go to the airport and grab your stuff, and then you can leave. So that's a really cool thing that hostels do offer. Okay, so in the extras, to view more, a few things I want to highlight for those who have not been in hostels before. Let's see. So towels for hire. So hostels typically don't have towels that are included. So you usually have to pay a small fee, maybe €3, and you get to use a towel, or someone will ask for a deposit, which the deposit's a little bit higher, but you do get it back. The next thing are going to be safe security lockers. So some places, some hostels, you can't lock up your luggage, okay? But they do allow you to have security lockers. So what that means is you put your valuables, so maybe your jewelry, if you have any expensive jewelry, your passport, your money, identification, stuff like that, you would lock up in the lockers. But note, sometimes you do need to bring your own padlock, or they'll have them for sale at the hostel, or they will give you instructions on where to go. So that's really cool. But other than that, there's not much to know, except for just to read the reviews. So let's go ahead and go through. I'm going to choose one that I actually visited in Rome, and I loved it, which was the yellow. You can see that they have over, I think it was like 11,000 reviews, and they're at 8.4. So that's really good for having 11,000 reviews. So this is a little bit about the property description. One thing you do need to know about properties is, especially with hostels, there are some that are party hostels. So what this means is that it's really noisy, really loud, everyone's drinking, everyone's having a good time. If that's not you, then read the reviews and it will tell you. It'll say, you know what, it's a little too crazy for me, or, you know, this is a party hostel, go to a different one. But this will go over everything. The pictures, so this one's really cool. Across the street they do have a bar. It's really nice. Then down below they have a dance floor. It's really, really nice. The beds were okay. This is what it looks like. They do have your own security lockers though, because they don't have a place for you to lock up your luggage. So all you do, if you really like this place and you want to book it, you would just go ahead and you look. Okay, you know, do you want a six bedroom? Do you want a mixed bedroom? Superior, you just click there and it'll kind of tell you what the superior means over the standard. So let's go ahead and just do a mixed dorm. So, and then this also break down the price for you. So the thing is about hostels is typically on the weekends they go up in price immensely. Okay, so this one's not too bad. It's about $35. The highest goes about 30. See, so 39 is on a Friday night. So like you can see, it's actually pretty pricey, at least for me, for hostels. If you're on a budget, you can change it in the filters. And then down here it goes over the facilities and what's included. So you can kind of look internet access, airport transfers, they do have those, bicycle hires. One thing I really did like about this property is it was so close to the trains. So the trains that go to and from the airport. So all you would have to do, I believe the airport transfers they have, if I remember, it's just a bus. They just have a bus that goes there. So you can pay for that. It's at an extra fee. Or you can walk a couple blocks down the street from the train, which also makes it so easy for when you're coming in. I came in late at night, and from the airport, just got on the train, went from the train to the destination, or the stop I needed to get off at, and then I got off, and I was perfectly fine. It was actually really, really great, and I liked it a lot. Things to note, it will know about the tax in Rome, the check-in times, the check-out times. So you want to reference these just so you can kind of get an idea. So there's a €2 deposit for keys, payable in cash and refundable upon return of the keys. So it's pretty cool just to note these things, go over the rewards, the cancellation policies. It's pretty simple. Just depends on what you want to do. Note that there may be party hotels, and then the reviews, you can kind of review over those and see, you know, kind of if you like it or not. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much how kind of things to know on Hostel World. Hostels are not scary, like I said, but depending on where you're staying, it might be cheaper to do a different route of accommodation than hostels, because they do get pretty pricey. And then also here is just where you change the language and the money as well. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and go to our third video, which is gonna be booking.com. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments.